Yes, people, welcome back to West Ham Unofficial. I hope you are all well. Right, special show tonight. You may have seen or you may have not seen. Today we hit 5,000 subscribers on YouTube. So firstly, I'd like to say a huge thank you to everybody who's helped watch, subscribed, liked, all of that jazz. If you've done that, I thank you greatly. And we'll come on to that a little bit later on in the show. But as you can see, I'm joined by a very special guest today. Former West Ham Academy goalkeeper Joe Seeley joins me. Joe, how are you, mate?
I'm good, Jack. How are you?
Yeah, not bad.
A long time no see, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, good to see you. Good to see you. Hello to everyone watching in the chat. Lawrence, usual suspect. Thanks for joining us, and everybody saying congratulations. Thank you very much. Right then, Joe, you're here to talk about something very special to you. So I'm going to let you hold it up to start with, and then we'll have a little chat about it. So you fire away.
Okay, so this book is a book called On Days Like These, The Lost Memoirs of a Goalkeeper. This is a book my dad did, and originally did it in 1994, which I wasn't aware of, with a guy, and they wrote it on a word processor and cassette tapes. 7 years ago, I was watching my son playing, and the guy come up to me and said, "I've got your dad's book." I said, "My dad never did a book." And he said, "He did." And he said, "I've got it." I went round his house. He gave me a packed lunchbox full of cassette tapes of my dad and him talking, and this manuscript that he printed off of they've done on a word processor. And it's taken I didn't do anything with it for a few years, and it's taken 3 or 4 years for that to be pulled apart and the tapes listened to and gone through. And Tim Rich, who's wrote some fantastic sports books, has done the book. So it's coming out on the 25th of May. You can pre-order it now. And yesterday we was already third in the Amazon football books. And you've got the foreword by Harry Redknapp.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. So if you want to order the book, the link is in the description, and this is the Amazon page that is linked in the description. So as Joe said, it comes out on the 25th of May. You can pre-order it now, and that's quite an inspirational story how you got it, and now you've decided to put it all together. How have you sort of got it from that, and of course with help to get it into what it is and how it's
it was such a. Well, I really didn't know about it. So when I say this guy said it to me on the side of the pitch, that is what happened. His name was Les Clitheroe, and he was my under-10s manager when I played for a team called Poynton FC in Manchester, and my dad played for Man United. I hadn't seen Les for 25 years, probably, and I recognised him. He's a very distinctive-looking guy. Sadly, he passed away a few years ago, and when he said it to me, I went to his house in Poynton. He made me a cup of tea, and he gave it to me. And I didn't know what to do with it, first of all. I didn't know how I felt, because I think that a lot of people talk to me about my dad, especially since I've been on telly. And I see him on telly once a month, old footage, or in the background. I saw him today because it was 94. It was today in 1994 when Man United won the league. I saw a picture today. But I never hear his voice. So believe it or not, I still haven't listened to those cassette tapes. So... what I did was I called a guy at the Daily Mail I know, and he said, I'd love to do the book, but I can't do it. You should talk to Tim. So I rang this guy called Tim Rich, who I didn't know, and we spent 3 or 4 years. He's had the tapes and the manuscripts, and we've just gone through the history of our family life, my life after my dad died, because there's a lot of grief in that book, because it's the book that was originally put together was only half of a book. And because of everybody that was involved in the original book, neither of them are alive. They started interviewing our family, and they found out about my career ending, and then what happened to me after, the depression I suffered, and the addiction issues I had, and stuff that I've done since. So it's all been built together, and that's taken 3 or 4 years to get to the point we are now. So I'm excited that it's coming out.
Yeah. Do you think it's sort of, getting them and you're doing the right thing with it now as well? Because, putting that all together, and I'm sure when we see it, it's going to be inspirational, and as long as you're happy with, what's come out of it now, and I'm sure that's good for you.
Yeah, I am. And I think what's more important to me isn't about how many we sell, because actually the publishers make the money. I just want people to remember my dad. So any money I will make will go to DT38 Foundation, but I don't think it will be a great sum, but whatever we can get for that foundation, they can have. But I want it for the lasting memory of my father, people to remember what he actually did achieve, because he was a guy from the East End in the 50s and 60s, from Bethnal Green, West Ham fan. He was a cousin of Alan Sealy, and he managed to get himself out, played for Coventry, Luton, Manchester United, Aston Villa, Manchester United, and then finished at his club, West Ham United, where he sadly died just after he retired. So, you know, for me, I think it's just, and that was 22 years ago he died, so nearly 23. So for me, it's more about his memory and legacy, not about anything else.
Yeah, no, that's brilliant. So yeah, as I said, the link for the book is in the description down below. You can grab it, pre-order it for the 25th of May, and I'm sure when it comes out, Joe, many people will enjoy it, and I'm sure it will make plenty of money for DT38 as well, because that's great as well. Money going to DT38. Overall, you know, with the book, it's just about you being able to shed light on your dad, and I think that's great for you, mate.
Yeah, that's the most important thing.
Brilliant. I've got a couple of guests waiting in the wings. It's getting a bit hot here. Mike, how are you, mate?
Yeah, good evening, guys. How are we doing? Yeah, you all right?
Yeah, I'm good, mate.
Good.
Well, Mike, it's only a couple of hours since I spoke to you, and yesterday morning I was on breakfast with you. Flipping out, I've seen enough of you, haven't I?
You'd be getting fed up with me, mate, won't you?
Just listening to the last bit that you heard there, Mike, about Joe's book about his dad. Inspirational.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's a great thing to do, I think, mate. Totally great thing to do. Yeah, he one thing I was going to ask you is, he played for a lot of clubs and he did really well. He had a good career. I know he ended up as a goalkeeping coach at West Ham. Yeah. What do you think his greatest achievement was in the game?
Well, I think the medals at Man United had a sliding doors moment, if you like, because funnily enough, I've only met Alex Ferguson once since, and it was last year. I met him at a race. I was at horse racing, and someone introduced me to him, and he said, your dad saved my career. And I said to him, I think you made my dad's career. So he took him, a 32-year-old goalkeeper that hadn't played the whole of the season before for Luton Town, and suddenly playing in the FA Cup final and then playing in the European Cup final the year after. Yeah. And at that age, I don't think that would happen nowadays. You know.
No, I remember those games. Yeah, and at that age, he was still pulling off great saves, and he was very consistent. So
we loved it.
A great achievement.
He loved coaching at West Ham. I mean, going to West Ham, I think at the end was for him was a great place for him to end, because that's who he supported. Yeah. He was a West Ham fan growing up. He was sitting in the chicken run, and that's where he watched his football when he was a kid, when he could. So I think for him, he went back to where it all began, and he loved it. He loved working with Harry. They got on really well. And I don't think he ever would have left, if I'm honest with you. They got rid of him in the end, but he would have stayed forever. He loved doing all the coaching the kids. So the thing my dad did that I've never seen a goalkeeper coach do, he was the goalkeeper coach at West Ham, and he trained the under-6s on a Tuesday and Thursday all the way to first team. So every goalkeeper in the academy up to Shaka Eslop was getting the training from my dad, because he thought, I need to know what's coming through. And I was thinking about it last week. I've not thought about this for probably 20 years. And I thought, I don't know why people don't do that anymore.
I know. Yeah, that is good, because I mean, you get a real insight into the club, then, don't you? You get a proper insight into the club from top to bottom, and one of those kids, one of those 6-year-olds might go on and make it as a first team player, and it might be that little bit of advice he picked up might have helped him on the way.
Correct. And that they're getting training the way the club want. I mean, it has happened over the years 3 or 4 times. I bumped into someone on the street who I've got no idea who they are, and he went, my name's so-and-so. I don't know if you remember me. I just trained with your dad on a Tuesday night at West Ham. I'm now a police officer, and there was another guy that did play at Northampton. He was like, I just trained with dad when I was 11. And those them moments in other people's lives that people touch that you don't realise, and it's nice to hear it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the sort of things you hear like that make you proud, don't they? I mean, it's all well worth it then.
Yes.
No, that's brilliant. And also, Joe, how special do you think it is to have Harry Redknapp do the foreword as well? Just after you mentioned that, do you think that just puts it all together nicely?
Yeah, I mean, he's done 3 or 4 pages here. I've got it I've got the forward here, and there's moments that he's mentioned that I knew about that I forgot about in it, and they got on really well. And my dad loved Harry, and he loved my dad, and he says it. And I spoke to him on the phone for the first time in a long time. It's just Harry Redknapp is a great guy. So what you see is what he is. Yeah, there's no airs of graces about him. And, you know, certainly when I was playing, he was the manager. What a manager he was for the club. I mean, I think, you know, he's a lifelong West Ham fan as well. And I'm sure if anyone asked him now, he would say he supports West Ham United. I mean, he's a man at the club. But he is a genuinely great guy. The guy you see in the jungle is what he is. And he didn't, you know, with all due respect, he didn't have to sit on the phone to me for 30 minutes telling me how much. And he was in Dubai when I rang him, telling me how much he loved my dad, and then spending another 2 hours talking to a writer he's never met. You know, put his forward together. He didn't have to do that, and he did. And other managers were asked, and they didn't.
Yeah.
So I think that says a lot about him.
Yeah, no. I don't know if you remember this. I think you played in goal. I went and watched a testimonial game at Dorchester, right? Living in Dorset at the time, you know, just down the road. And one of my boys was he was a ball boy for it.
Yeah.
And you played a West Ham team, turned up. I think you played golf in the afternoon and had a few, you know, had a bit of fun and whatever.
That game was I'm sure that game was the day Redknapp got sacked.
I think it might have been.
And Stuart Pearce played, didn't he?
Stuart Pearce played. Defoe scored about 5 or 6 goals, I think.
Yeah, I remember the game.
Yeah.
I remember the game because I remember coming back on the coach and the rumours started.
Yeah.
All the rumours started happening. It was a long way away, that game. We did something in the afternoon. We went to like a castle in a village and we hit some goal balls. We did.
That's right. Yeah, I remember it because I was speaking to, I don't know, it was Ian Bishop. And,
Bishop played, yeah.
Yeah.
I saw him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I remember about the game? I'll tell you what I remember about that game. I don't know why I remember this so vividly. Roger Cross managed the game, and there was a shot in the second half, and it was coming straight at me, and it took a funny bounce, and it went to the right, and I had to do a quick reaction save. But when you looked at it, it looked like a terrible save because it looked like after that. And after the game, he had a right go at me, and someone who was, I think Sean Burner was playing in that game as well, or Adam Newton said to him, No, Roger, it moved. But I remember that shot so vividly. Amazing. No one spoke to me about that game ever. I think that might have been one of my last matches for the club.
Yeah. Well, I remember it fairly well. You know, I've watched a lot of West Ham games over the years, but I do remember that one quite well.
Yeah.
Well, there we go. A couple of comments come in now. Mike and Dad are going to Amsterdam on Thursday for the Outmark game, Joe. Right. And Dad asked, do you have any tips for Amsterdam?
Never been there. Stay away from them red doors.
Are you sure you haven't been, Joe? You very sure?
No. I don't. My wife wouldn't let me go there.
There's a lot of nice ladies that wave at you and that, you know. But
look at his smile. We can't wait to go down on.
Yeah, I mean, what a trip that's going to be for people that are associated with the club that go.
Yeah.
I mean, what a great achievement this season, and what a great journey to go on with them.
No.
Yeah, it's been great. I mean, the last 2 years have been great. You know, I didn't think I'd see us playing in Europe again for some time. You know, but
Have you travelled the other rounds or not?
No. I've watched most of the home games. I'm a season ticket holder. I've watched a few of the home ones, but I've not been to any of the away ones.
Mike, you've been going since 1950, so you've seen them all, haven't you?
Nah, 1970 was my first game.
Was it? Oh, I went too far off her.
Jeff Hurst, Bobby Moore. Yeah, I mean, Martin Peters didn't play that day, but yeah, I did get to see Martin Peters play afterwards. So yeah.
Wow.
There we go. There we go. Right, Joe, one thing you mentioned to me before you went on air was about Declan Rice, and you said, do you think he will stay at the club post this season? Now I'm going to pose that question back to you because you didn't give me an answer, so I'm gonna give you the opportunity now before I let you go. Do you think Declan Rice will be at West Ham after this season?
No.
And
I'll tell you why I don't think so. I went to the player awards night at the end of last season. I'm not going to say who I was talking to. I was talking to a former player, current member of staff at the club. And he said to me, he said he'll stay one more year and he's done. Or they that's sort of like been the agreement. But I think as a club, it's so difficult because you want to keep them players, but if you don't sell him now and the contract runs down, you're going to get less money. And I think that money invested really well could, and I do think them owners will invest the money, will kick them. You could get four players, four players, including a 20-goal a year striker, you know, and another centre back and whatever else that will push it on. You know, but what a player he is! Another midfielder this club produced is just.
Yeah, I just think it'd be great if we could win this conference and he'd go out, you know, in glory. And
lifting a trophy.
That would be great.
I think for the fans of the club, West Ham fans are unbelievable supporters. Right? If you look at it forever, whatever league they're in, whatever the ownership is, they go home and away, and they go. And funnily enough, someone said I got a message today, and someone told me that the last time West Ham won Europe, it was when Alan scored the 2 goals.
That's right. Yeah.
I didn't realise that. It told me yesterday. Someone said it to me. So like, even for that point of view, I just, you know, I'm a West Ham supporter ultimately as well. Do you know what I mean? So I'm a football fan, but I West Ham are close to my heart, and I just think the club deserve it.
Yeah, I think the fans deserve it. I mean, they do stick. Well, I know you get moans out of us, and you get moans out of every fan. You know,
we have
when things been going right. But I mean, they've stuck by them through thick and thin. And yeah, last time we got to the final was '76, and we lost that against Anderlecht. And, you know, it was great to get to the final then. You know what I mean? Because we'd had a couple of useful seasons. Obviously, Cups Winners' Cup, we won the cup the year before. And that would have been great to win that, but it's a long time to go to try and have another crack at it, innit? You know, all those years. Yeah. There ain't many of us left. I can remember.
Mike, remind us of that. Yeah, what am I? Yeah. I got a couple of guests waiting in the wings, so I'm gonna come to you in just a second. But Joe, I've got one last question for you. Okay. I've interviewed about 7 former players on this channel in the last couple of years. Guess who the first one was?
Me.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
Was it, mate?
My voice was about 15 decibels up to what it is now.
How many followers was you on when we started? No? 0.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, you've just lost 300 since I've been talking.
No, I can confirm earlier on, because Mike was on before the Brentford game earlier. We were going up and down between 4,999 and 5,000. But now on 5,000.
Someone was just pulling our leg, mate.
Someone was going up and down. Yeah. Mike, we're now on 5,028. So unless we now get 30 people to unsubscribe for this channel now, right, we're going to stay above it. But Joe, I've had a look back at that video today. I look about 8 years old. I couldn't watch too much of it, if I'm honest, because I just, you know, I just couldn't. But yeah, you were the first one.
Amazing. Do I get a commission?
Unfortunately not, because
the check's in the post.
Yeah.
I've heard that before.
That's what I meant to say. The check is most definitely in the post. But yeah, Joe, is there anything you'd like to add? And before I let go, show us your book again and give it one last plug.
So here we go. On days like these, a lost memoir of a goalkeeper. Pre-order now on Amazon. Audible, ebooks and Waterstones, out on the 25th. I'll tell you what I have got, Jake, and I'll send them to you. I've got a load of cards with it on. So I can get these signed by the writer and me, and I'll send these to you, and you can give them out or give them away or whatever you want to do.
That's brilliant. That is brilliant, Joe. And I've just searched up as well. That interview with you, right? It made me 12p. So I'll send that over.
You owe me 3p.
I'll send it over, all right?
Whatever you need. Look, I love doing this podcast. Unfortunately, like I was on a lot before. Unfortunately, when I started doing ITV and some other bits, they stop you doing things that make 12p, which sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? But they own it. But as long as I can talk about this, I can do as much as you like, as I told you. So I really would love to do this channel a lot, because I do think that you've got an extreme talent in it. And actually, it's better than a lot of the stuff that's out there when I'm watching other clubs ones. So like, I want you to do well. So anything I can do for you, just let me know.
Nah, Joe, that's absolutely brilliant. Thank you very much for coming on again, mate. And I hope the book goes well, and we'll get a copy of it, and we'll have a chat again.
Yeah, cheers, Joe. Thanks, mate.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers,
Have
Joe.
a great day.
See you later, buddy.
Bye.
Thanks, Joe. Thank you very much, mate. See? How good was that, Mark? There we go.
Excellent. Well done, mate.
That was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Right, before we bring our next couple of guests on, so we'll reminisce, we'll take some of the comments, and then we'll get Miss Hammer and Lawrence on. Thank you very much for waiting patiently. Mike, 5,000 today. We hit 4,000 on the 1st of March, 76 days ago. That's been brilliant, hasn't it?
That's
What a ride
rapid,
we've
mate.
been on.
That is rapid, mate. From when? What date in March? The
1st of
beginning of
March.
That is incredible. Yeah. Well done, mate. Congratulations.
And Mike, I can remember it must have been a good 2.5 years ago. Now we used to sit here every Thursday night. My voice would be about 55 million decibels up to what it is now. And we used to talk football every Thursday. A big talk about football. Do you remember those days, Mike?
Yeah, just about.
No,
mate. Yeah, no, come a long way, mate, and deserve it. Thoroughly deserve it. A lot of hard work, and yeah, right from the start, mate. I knew you had a natural knack for it, and yeah, just improving and getting better all the time. Yeah, and there's a lot of people. My wife bumped into a taxi driver when she went to go and see my daughter who had the baby in Homerton Hospital this week, and he said, "Yeah, my wife said, do you know Jake Cox? Yeah, you got to tune in. Yeah, that's it. Jake, you do the business for us." He said, yeah, I do watch that. He said he talks more sense than a lot of them does. So there you go.
He talks more sense than your mate Souness, Mike.
No, don't go there, mate. Don't. He's gone now, anyway, mate.
Yeah, he's gone.
We've blown him aside. Don't you worry. He's gone. Yeah. He's
Yeah.
gone in embarrassment.
Right, let's take some of your comments. Congratulations, thank you very much. Congratulations on your 5K. How you've grown up at Tony Superstar. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Ginger Andy Carroll, well done, Jake. Thank you very much. Sharky, all of you people, Sharky especially, has been there right from the start. Sharky's been a member of this channel for 21 months. 21 months. Sharky,
good lad, mate.
Thank you very much, mate. It's for you. Eddie, thank you very much indeed. Gary says, well done, young man. Where's your deck, Duran? I don't know where Josh is tonight. You never know, he might turn up, but yeah. I tell you what, I'm struggling to get him on because he charges so much money, you see. He started putting fees on there. Right, no, he hasn't. No, all good. Thank you very much, Gary. Thank you very much. Chris, hope you well, mate. Congratulations on the 5K mini Cox. Good luck to your hammers in Europe. Leicester away, 28th of May. Just you wait. You might be down by then anyway, Chris. Might be down by then. Kent says, not been back long, awful day at office for second straight. Yeah, it wasn't great, was it? We're not going to talk about that too much, though. Rich, I hope you're okay, mate. Obviously, you were in hospital yesterday. I hope you're okay. I hope you had a good day. Not too many beers, because you've got to save yourself for all them Diet Cokes you're going to drink on Thursday, right? Thank you very much, Rich. Hope you are well, mate. Everybody else having a chat to each other. Right, let's go on next couple of guests on. Firstly, Miss Hammerette, how are you?
Hey, Jakey. Yes, congratulations. Thoroughly deserved. You've done absolutely amazing. You're just so passionate. And I don't want this to cause you any upset, but I'll tell you something. Our Peach is going to be amazingly proud of you. And I'm proud of you as well. And we all are. You've just come so far from a young boy to now a young man. And you are just brilliant. You really, really are. And you thoroughly deserve this. And we're just going to keep growing your channel and getting you higher and higher in the ranks.
No, thank you very much. And of course, as well, doing this, I never thought when I started this that I'd have people tune in from America, Australia. There's people from Thailand. Lawrence is over in Australia, somewhere in America, right? America. Better not get that wrong. Lawrence, how are you, mate?
Very good. It's going to be hard to outdo Hammerette on that, because I can really exactly what she said hit to heart. And one thing that she said was, even like with Peach, it does reminisce this, because I think I was first introduced when his antics came onto one of your shows, and it's fun. It's funny as I go back, and I talked to my wife about this today. I was like, it's funny, Jake, and it's like I'm seeing you grow from a boy to a man and stuff like that. Which it's all respect for you, because what you've done at such a young age and all this stuff, and the support of your mother and father has been pretty outstanding, and I respect that a lot. I like to see how the family stays and supports the family, so that means a lot to me. But then, like I said, with seeing Peach going through there, And if some people in the chat doesn't really know, I actually was only introduced to West Ham in 2019. And then I started following them through a German friend of mine, matter of fact. And one of the things, I love the club, but the fan base is great. Mike, Miss Hammerette, I see you guys all the time. Just the chats, the different things, it's really respected. And I told that to your father today, Jake, is that I think I enjoy your channel, but also I met some good friends too, and you're included. So I just want to congratulate you for growing into a young man now, and doing some things and adding good channel chat with West Ham, and all respect, buddy.
No, yeah, and of course, you two mentioned Peach there, and there's two very special people that sit at the top of the screen throughout every show we do on here, and throughout this journey, we've had the good times, we've had some bad times as well, and we've lost a lot of people through this. We've lost Isla and Peach through this that have touched us all. I think I don't think I'll ever forget where I was when I saw that Peach had gone, and of course that upsets us all. But we know he's up there, and we know he's smiling down on us, and that's just exactly what we want. And we lost Ida as well, which was just awful for us all. But we respect and we continue to bring on the legacy that that her and Nicola provide through, and that's absolutely brilliant. Mike, anything you'd like to add to that?
Yeah. Obviously, I was so gutted because I don't know if you know, but I'd arranged to go to Canada, and I got in touch with Peach, and I was going to meet him out there. So it knocked me back a lot because it got cancelled through COVID, the holiday, and I arranged, and you got to come and see me. I said, yeah, don't worry, mate, I'm coming all the way out here, not to see you, And then COVID come along, and that got cancelled. So yeah, I was absolutely gutted because I will do it again. I will rearrange the holiday, but I won't be able to see him. So. Yeah, absolutely gutted. Had some great times, and you guys, fantastic. I just want to thank you guys and everyone out there who's been supporting Jake all the way through this, because I know how much hard work he puts in. He's had to work hard. Yeah, he's a natural. We all know that. He comes on as a natural, but he's just got better and better and better and improved. From show to show, and Jake was saying earlier, I remember the first ones we used to do. And I was thinking, I don't know what's going on here. What am I doing? But as per normal, I just babble away, talk about West Ham, because that's what brings us all together, the love of West Ham. And like you said, we've made a lot of friends through it. I see people up there, now that say, "Oh, hello, Mike."
You're a star, Mike.
No, it's all down, Jake. All of that is down to you as well. That is down to you. So yeah, I just want to congratulate you and thank everyone out there who's done their little bits, that have become members, that have come on, that made comments. It is all absolutely, thankfully, doing a great job, mate. You're doing a great job.
Thanks, Mike.
Gratefully received.
Couple of comments before we bring our next guest on. Frankel coming on. Not that I'm aware of. I hope not. Just come on and just hit the mick out of me, wasn't he? So not that I'm aware of. George, thank you very much for joining us, mate. Evening, Jake, evening, Rich. Congratulations on 5K. Thank you very much. Remember when you hit 500? Do you remember? I'll never forget that. I was on Anton's show. It was Orange United back then, and they made a cake, and I had to walk out and I had to go and get a cake. I had 500, and I think I've still got it here. Look. I've still got a thing that went on top of the cake when I hit 500 subscribers.
Yeah. Nice.
Now we've got another zero to that 5,000.
That's right. Exactly. Next is 50, right?
Exactly. Right, let's get our next guest on as well. Somebody that's helped us massively along the way as well. Tracy Tombidas from DT38. Tracy, how are you?
I'm very well, Jake. How are you? Congratulations.
No, thank you very much. I'm not too bad. I'm not too bad at all. I gathered that you were at Brentford today, but we won't talk about that. That wasn't very good.
It wasn't very good. It was like watching a friendly.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Exactly.
It was just, the home supporters were singing. They wanted to bring Ben Rama home, and it was just like a friendly. It was crazy. So but the weather was nice. It was, it was a good outing, so can't complain.
No, good stuff, good stuff. And Tracy, I'd like to say thank you to you as well, because you've helped us, massively along the way. We've met you up there when Joe and Taylor did the run a couple of years ago, and saw you last month as well up at the Southampton game. Thank you very much for that. And just being able to get the message out of that you send through DT38 is a pleasure from us, and all the help you've given us, from all of us. We say thank you to you, Tracy.
Yeah, and likewise, Jake, you've got 5,000 subscribers now, and, they all will know about DT38 because of your involvement and being an ambassador for us. So my thanks go out to you as well.
No, brilliant. It's been a crazy and long journey. And Lawrence, you've been here through the sort of length of it as well. But, being a member and everything else, and coming on as well. It's just been, it's been pretty crazy. And this is where we sit back now when we hit milestones like this, and we say thank you to everyone.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's I like to call it a family. How we do it, we live and breathe West Ham, but we talk together and we form the friendships and stuff like that. And I really think that you introduced me and your channel to West Ham and educated me more from being from the United States and really wanting to understand Premier League and wanted to have a team that I could relate to. And then the fan base, such as yourself and everyone else that's on this live chat, as well as it's in the chat, it's been great, and I embrace it. My wife tells me when I get up 7 o'clock in the morning, I'm checking my phone to see, okay, what's going on the Premier League, and when's Jake going to have his chat. And a lot of times during the week, unfortunately, with the time difference and my work schedule, I can't make some of those things, especially in our Europe tournaments, stuff like that. But I still try to keep update. And again, I want to thank you, for introducing me and smarting me up on the West Ham. Now I think I can almost talk it a little bit intelligently. Not the best, but I try my best. But thanks again.
No, it's brilliant. Tracy, I'm not going to keep you for too much longer, but of course, like I say, a huge thank you to you. And of course, we continue to send out the message, and we would speak again about DT38 very soon. Tracy, thank you very much. Catch up with you soon.
No worries. Thanks, Jake, and congratulations once again. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Tracy.
Thanks for coming up.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Miss Hamrat, many people, sort of mentioned and commented and sent me messages today, like, we've seen you grow up, and it's been a bit weird. And I sat back today and I think Mike said it, and Lawrence has said it there as well. We've seen you grow up from that young lad who didn't really know what he's talking about to now where I think I, sort of half know, sort of half rant on about some rubbish.
Not more than half, Jay. My goodness, a million times more than even me. And I know barely anything. I come on here and I chat rubbish, I think.
No, it is good, and to get the feedback that we've had, and as well, the support. What I've got to say, and I always like to say it when we reach these milestones, is that I wouldn't be in this position if it wasn't for the other channels that embraced me into the whole family as well. When I sort of started doing this, there was only about 5 other channels doing it. Now there's about 15. That's great. There's so many to choose from now, and if you don't like me, you can go watch somebody else. So it's up to you. That's the brilliance of it. And starting off by going on 2020, I started, Mike, the end of 2020. I went on Anton's show when Anton was still in that little cupboard, if anyone can remember that.
I do. I remember that.
He was in that little cupboard under the stairs.
I always just make fun of him because sometimes he'd have his kids' I Little Pony things behind his thing. And I said, "When'd you buy that?" And give him some grief.
And I went on there, and we actually last year we had a look back at the first show I went on there. It was in October, I think, of 2020, and went on there, and I had loads of great comments. And I carried on doing this, and we started doing live shows. We started to get people like you, Mike, involved at the start, and getting other fans of other clubs involved, and it just carried on. Then I went on Hammer's Chat. I think it was the January 21 transfer deadline day. They were in there, and they gave it a big push. I think we got loads that night, subscribers, and it sort of broadened it out a bit further. And of course, as we're going back to football as well, seeing Dan Fan TV guys as well has been great. Seeing Nikki and Brian are both at most away games, venting frustrations to Nikki mostly this season. That's been the
Yeah,
norm of
for
it.
sure,
But,
Yeah, we've all done that.
but yeah, it's been a great journey, and we ain't finished here. That is for sure. We ain't finished here. Anything else you guys would like to add to that?
Nope. I just want to say, Miss Hammerette, Mike, it's been an honor to be friends with you guys as well. And there's some people in the chat and stuff. And then and Jake, of course, and Richard in the background. We text via a lot, and I really like that, enjoy that. And Sarah, your mom, happy Mother's Day from the U.S. I know it's Mother's Day here, so. But no, like I said, this is a great channel. It's brought a team spirit and also good friendships for me. So thank you.
No, it's good.
Thank you very much.
It is good. And of course, now many of you will know, and many of you may not. I've stopped my GCSE exams this week, so things are going to be looking a little bit different around here over the next few weeks. So Mike doesn't know this, but he's going to take over everything for the next month, Mike. So all the
Good
sort
luck,
of buttons
Mike.
and the
Hey, that will be very interesting if it was me. There you go. It would be very interesting. Yeah. There'd probably
but-
be a blank screen.
You'll smash them, Jay. You'll smash them GCSEs. Don't you worry about it. You will. You've got the intelligence behind you, and you've got so much knowledge. You'll absolutely smash them out of the park.
But no, let's hope so. But as I said, all jokes aside, things will look a bit different. Of course, there's only 2 weeks left of the season now, and then we are all gonna have a little bit of a break. I know I am for sure. Have a little bit of a break, because I can guarantee all we're going to talk about through June, through July, and through the start of August is Declan Rice is going here this week. Declan Rice is going there next week. How much we want for Declan Rice?
Oh,
Declan Rice.
Lord, you're right. You're so
Oh,
right.
I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. Every single day will be a
Oh.
new Declan Rice rumour, and quite frankly, I'm not going to do a video on every single one of them. So if something big happens, there'll be something here. But over the next few weeks, we are going to have to scale it back. Oh, hello. Hang on. We will have to scale it back, and of course, there will be some stuff here. But as I said, Mike will have to hold the fort and do all the buttons. I'm only joking.
I got your back, Mike.
I think it's Lawrence, I'll tell you, man. Yeah.
Right, before we carry on, I've got a visitor, so this is going to be very swift. So what I'm going to do is, of course, we wouldn't be in this position. I probably wouldn't have this streaming software if it wasn't for these guys. So our channel sponsors right here on West Ham Official are SRM Carver and Son. You've seen this video before, and the big question you've got to see, do I look younger or older than this video now? Take a look. Thanks for channel sponsors. Please check out our channel sponsors here on West Ham Official, SRM Carver and Son. SRM Carver and Son provide crushing, screening and aggregate recycling services across southern England. You can find out more information about SRM Carver and Son by clicking the link in the description down below. We say a huge thank you to SRM Carver and Son for sponsoring and supporting West Ham Officials. So check them out in the description down below. Thank you very much and enjoy the video. Younger or older?
Just
Definitely
a tad younger.
I can remember, guys, that I didn't do a new one for about 6 months, and it'd go from me talking like quite how I am now to check out our channel sponsors here on West Ham. And then I finally made a new one, and then I had to make a new one again.
That's part of the life there, buddy.
Yeah, it is, mate.
But no, the thing that has, sort of touched me most about it all is that, of course, I started this in lockdown. There wasn't really too much to do. I can remember being homeschooled, and in my lunchtime, I'd come on, I'd talk to Russ, who used to do his lunchtime shows. Then after him, I'd do mine on a Wednesday. It'd come on before I had to start schoolwork again on Teams, and those were the days. And, going back to football, of course, last season, going back to away days again, and it staggered me, and I think, Mike, you've been there as well, where Man City away was especially one of them. Like we're in a concourse and people just come up and start talking to us, and because they watch and they know who we are, and and we don't really know who they are. And the amount of people, Mike, that we've had when we've been at football, who've shook my hand and said hello. Oh, I've seen you there. It's been great, hasn't it?
Yeah, excellent. Yeah. I mean, yeah, Man City away in the snow. We won't forget that one, will we, Jay?
No, we won't forget that one anytime soon. That was an away day.
And Rich still had his shorts on.
He still had his shorts on. Yeah, Dad still had his shorts on.
Nice.
He will
Way to
never
go, Richard.
change. He will never change. Even he did that day admitted it was a bit cold. It was a bit cold. Oh, I'll tell you what, the coldest I've probably ever been at football, and it wasn't even in the stadium. Do you remember mine? We got there quite early and we parked just by the Asda. And we tried to get in the Asda and it didn't open for another half an hour. And we were just stood there like freezing as it was snowing in Manchester and the Asda. I just wanted a coffee.
Like this, yeah. Thinking, how the hell are we going to get home?
Yeah, at half time the snow was coming down. We were like, we still got a 4-hour trip home. Yeah,
oh Lord! Oh my God!
But
You
no,
should have shouted me. I'm only 40 minutes from Manchester at the moment.
That was a day for sure. But yeah, it's been brilliant. As you know, Ken mentions the highlight of away days though, as we get in there or outside, we see people like Kent, we say hello, we have a chat. He says, you know more than me, Jake, in lots of ways, and I'm proud of you, mate. You deserve every success. Hopefully you'll be working for the club one day, showing their social media how it's done. Well, that would be the dream, wouldn't it? But yeah, the highlight of the away days is, we go and see Kent. We see plenty of other people that we know, and it's just a sort of community and family, and and that's what it's all about, and that's what we've built here. And of course we're all incredibly proud of that. And it couldn't be done without all you that watch, like, and subscribe, and get us to these milestones, and financially support us as well, because this costs money to do. What we do now, this streaming software costs money, and we couldn't do that without the memberships, the donations. Our channel sponsor massively supports us in that as well. So everybody involved, it's a huge thank you, and to the parents as well. Dad does a lot more than you will probably think. I'm just the face of it all, but the majority of the time he's the sort of brains behind it as well. He's gonna love that. He's gonna love that. He's the brains behind the whole operation. He sorts most of all the guests out, and yeah. So and I wish I didn't say that now after putting that up. I might just walk out. What time is the flight on Thursday? Mike, don't you dare. Right, don't you dare. I've got a history exam on Thursday, and you lot are
I'll try not to
3...
wake you up. I'll try not to wake you up at 3 o'clock in the morning, mate.
Oh, thank you, mate. Thank you. You're gonna be coming around our house with Stella and Ad, 3 a.m. Right, going to Bristol Airport, off to Amsterdam. You go. What time's your flight? 7:05.
Yeah.
And then you've not got a hotel, and then you're coming back next day. You're gonna be running off no sleep.
I'll sleep when I'm dead. Which should probably be Saturday.
Do you know, when we were sat there having breakfast yesterday morning, and we walked out the car park, and you said, "Well, I'll sleep when I'm dead."
I'll need about 3 weeks to get over it, I expect. But the last time I went to Amsterdam, I did. But there you go.
Well, let's hope it's worth it.
Let's hope so.
Fingers crossed.
Massively.
Let's hope we do get the job done. And as well, of course, obviously I'm not going out there for obvious reasons, but the incentive is, if we win this, Mike, you bet I'm coming in the next one. Not to prom, but if we get to the Europa League, if we get back in the Europa League again, you bet I'm coming. There won't be no taking a mick there, Mike, unless you can't go.
No, we'll manage that, mate. We'll
manage it. We'll manage it wherever it is. But yeah, as we said, a huge thank you to everybody involved, and all the hard work that we put in comes down to this. And everybody sends their reaction reviews after the game, and people that send footage from the ground. Even today, but a few people send through videos of stuff from the ground, which helps things massively, of course, when we're not there. And yeah, it's all good. The hard work pays off on moments like this, right? Lawrence and Miss Hammer, I am going to let you go, but before I do, any last words?
Just all the best, Jake, and you, like I say, just repeat myself, but this is thoroughly deserved, and let's keep you growing. Let's keep it going.
Yeah, let's hope so. Lawrence, thank you very much, mate.
All right, thank you guys, appreciate it. Congratulations, Jake. Come on, you iron.
Cheers. Come on, you iron. Thank you, Mr. Brett. Thank you, Lawrence. There we go. Oh, hello. Hello. West Ham Clips, how are you? Congratulations, Jake. How long until we'll be seeing you influencer boxing? Well, if any of you have met me, you'll probably realise I'm probably not the stature nor the ability to probably be a boxer in any influencing sort of capacity. Mike, I'm sure you like it because you're just about still taller than me.
Yeah, not much, mate.
Not much.
Not taking much longer. That's it. Yeah, yeah. It won't take long, mate. You'll be towering above me.
Not quite yet, what I say, Clears, but I hope you will, mate. Yeah, I'll send you a message soon and we'll do something over the summer for sure, just to entertain you. But you know, your commentaries are still thriving. I love watching them.
We love them. We love them, mate. Yeah, we absolutely love them.
Yeah. And you know, the different dimensions and different sort of characters that have come into it over the seasons, they've just got better and better. Yeah, the Astral. We all knew that was coming from that shot the other day. We all knew it was coming out, and it did. And you know, Filippo is a very good addition to the West Ham Clips family as well. He knows what he's talking about,
and Jesus,
and Jesus as well. And finally, Clips. I got myself, when I'm watching BT Sport, I'm now saying Wheater Poulton, not Peter Walton. I'm going to come on here one day and say that guy Wheater Poulton. That's just what I say. It's second nature now, and that's you, Clips. That's you. But no, keep up the good work, mate. Keep up the good work. And don't you dare get rid of Wheater Poulton because he's a good guy. He's a good guy. Lee, thank you very much indeed for that. KSI versus Jake in 2033, 10 years time. Well, if that happens, then Sharky, you can predict the future. Miss Hammerette, choose the invite and to be part of the celebration. Thank you very much for your support, Miss Hammerette. It's been greatly appreciated over the years as well. And our next guest, somebody that has been there along the way as well. Phil, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? You right, Mike?
Yeah, all right, Phil. You?
Yeah, I'm all good. Well
Good,
done.
man.
5K's pretty good.
No, it's been good. It's been good. Yeah. Phil, obviously you've been here. You know, you've been here along the way as well. And you know, we witnessed the FA Youth Cup semi-final win, and then I wasn't invited to the final. You had my ticket, so so well done for that.
That's all right. Yeah, I've still got a ticket on my windowsill in my bedroom.
Have you? Oh,
Yep.
There we go.
Yeah, very kind. Yeah, it's pretty much. I always remember when I first came on the channel as well. I think it was just for Christmas a few years ago now, and I've been joined at the hip ever since.
No, it's been good. It's been good to have you on, and of course, you know, put in, you know, meeting people as well, and it's been you know, sort of crazy, Phil. You know, I know you've met people through this as well in person. When you talk to people for 2 years and then you meet them in person, it's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very surreal. It's like, I remember because I think we must have met in person about 3 times now, isn't it? 3 or 4 times.
3 times.
Yeah. I met you once. Time.
Yep.
And then obviously when we met, was it when it was at Europa League, the Conference League game, you didn't go, but I did, and then we did the preview outside the ground, and then when you met Russ for the first time.
Yes. Oh yeah, of course. Oh yeah, because we didn't go in, I don't think, in the end. It was a drab 1-0, I think, wasn't it, in the end?
That's right, yeah.
and I frank in my ear going, "Why aren't you coming to the game with us?" I said, "No, we've got to get back. We've got to get back." And then he messaged me later going, "Yeah, you probably had the right idea. It's the worst game I've ever watched." I went, "Yeah, no, that night was good." And of course, you know, Mike, when we went up to that Europe game last year, in the supporters club, we had a good, you know, meeting of everyone there. And you know, when you meet people through it, it's good, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It is. Yeah, it is, because sometimes it's called flipping. I didn't realise he was so big, you know, or so tall, you know what I mean? And I didn't realise he was such a squirt, you know. But I mean,
thank you, Mike.
No, me. No, joking aside, it is great. Yeah, it brings everyone together, and that's what we are, isn't it? West Ham, we are a big family, full stop. That's, you know, right. But it is good to meet up with these guys.
Yeah. I know Anton was down for the game on Thursday night, and I remember meeting him there for the first game after lockdown, and we were sat in the Costa outside Newcastle St James's Park, so it's the closest game for him, right? And he was there with his wife and his kids as well, and I could see him coming. I could see him crossing the zebra crossing, a big glass window, right? And we were sat in the Costa. He is massive. He came in and picked me up because I was. I mean, I'm still small now, but I was even smaller then, and yeah, what a guy, Anton, what a guy. And you know, meeting him, I've only ever met him once. That was the only time I think I've met him. I don't think I met him again.
Yeah, I've still not met him yet.
Have you not? No.
No, not yet.
No, but yeah, it will happen one day. But yeah, meeting all the people has been good, and you two especially have been regulars throughout the longevity of it, and starting off doing the Thursday nights and coming through and just thriving it. I wouldn't be here doing this if it wasn't for you guys that came on every week. You two, Gary, and everybody else that would come on every week. I had to have somebody here on me because otherwise usually would strike me off. So to have you guys here have been a massive help, and we wouldn't be here without you.
There you go.
Enjoyed every minute, haven't we?
That's
Phil?
it.
Enjoy every
troubles
minute.
with signals.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Oh yeah. I've had some of that.
Just Thursday night, Mike. I could see you were glitching, and that Wi-Fi in that stadium. Oh,
it's useless, Jake.
It
I
is
tried to get on the other day, as you know, when I was there. The one before that as well, and
yeah,
Man United game, I think.
Yeah.
But tried again, and yeah, you could see me, couldn't I? I couldn't see you.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see you.
I was just babbling on it. Well, nothing unusual. That's what I do anyway.
Don't dish yourself. I tell you what, though, Alkmaar are winning 5-1. Wow. Our played Alkmaar are 5-1 up this evening. But no, we will of course have build up to that coming up in the week. But yeah, it has been very good. And of course, to be fair, I think with the Wi-Fi in the stadium, it depends on how many people are using it, because we did a couple of live shows, Phil, didn't we?
Yeah.
From inside the stadium. It's the first time I've ever done that. We somehow managed to get live for the Youth Cup semi-final at half time and at full time, and it managed to work reasonably well, and we had a good chat live, didn't we?
That went a lot better than I thought it was, especially when we did it at half time.
Yeah.
I was trying to look at the comments. I had to use my phone to scroll through and see what people were saying.
Yeah.
Apparently, it was still they were popping up anyway.
It was working. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was working, but yeah, we've had some experiences. We've had some away days. We've had some very good moments along the way as well. And one thing that sticks out is that we've done about 7 or 8 ex-players on this channel, and we've done Cotty, we've done McAvenny, which to me is brilliant. But I come downstairs and Dan goes, "You've just interviewed my hero," and I'm like, "Yeah, he was a nice bloke, wasn't he?" It doesn't mean as much to me as it means to you guys and Dad and all these other people that watched these heroes play, and I've had the privilege to sit down and interview them for an hour, and that's what I aspire to do, is try and get some more of these interviews, because that's what I enjoy doing. I enjoy interviewing these players, and one of my favorites came just a couple of weeks ago when I interviewed Sebastian Chamel, because he spoke so highly, and he loves the club. And and a player that was good in his time, won Hammer of the Year, that's probably forgotten by most now, came on, and just the love and the compassion he had for the club just came through, and everybody watched it and said, and you meet some brilliant people through it, and get to speak to, as I said, Cotty, McAvenny. Jimmy Quinn has been brilliant to us as well, come on several occasions, and you meet some good people through this, and get to speak to our heroes, Mike.
Yeah, fantastic. Like I say, you mentioned there, especially Jimmy Quinn. He's come on 2 or 3 times, hasn't he? And he's been great.
Yeah.
Like your dad says, Cotty and McAvenny, 2 of my absolute heroes. I can name a lot more as well. But I mean, those guys to come on and give us their time is fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. Even you had Matt Jarvis as well, haven't you?
Yeah, Matt Jarvis. Yeah, another one.
Yeah.
Which for me was better for me, because I can sort of just about remember Matt Jarvis playing for West Ham.
Really? Just about remember. Right.
Just about. That made you feel old, doesn't it?
It's a bit like me, just about remembering Sebastian Schemmel.
Yeah.
Really? I was about 8 when he left. But yeah,
Mike, did you just about remember Vic Watson?
Not quite Vic Watson, mate. Like I said, my first game had Bobby Moore and Jeff Hurst playing in it. So yeah.
Yeah, no, it's good, and that's what I aspire to do, because we've had some opportunities that just haven't quite worked to speak to some ex-players in the past, and hopefully we'll get some more on. They are incredibly difficult to get hold of. I will say that. So when we do get them, it's an absolute bonus. So yeah, I do try to get them on a weekly basis. I inquire. It never really works, but we've come close, I will say, to getting some big names. Hasn't quite worked out, but one day, you know, we'll get some, you know, for me personally, I'd love to get somebody like, you know, Jack Collison, Ginger Pele. I'd love to get on, you know, one day. I'd love to meet James Collins and, you know, sit down with him. And of course, you know, the list is endless. There's so many people. And of course, one day, hopefully Mark Noble does a round of interviews for these channels, and you never know. But yeah,
something else.
that would be.
I know a lot of them are they're busy people, aren't they?
Yeah.
But like the other night, I followed out Tony Gale and Stuart Slater. They're always in there, aren't they?
Can you drop some more bombs or?
Yeah, no, there's you know, because I'm usually hanging around there late. You know, when all the away fans go and that bit opens up, because I only got to walk across the road that any week, so I'm usually hanging around and, you know, have a glass of lemonade afterwards. You know.
Yeah, always. Yeah, exactly.
And I do see a few of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alan Taylor, he's always there, but you wouldn't know Alan Taylor, but that's another hero of mine from 75 Cup final.
Oh, they are good. When we were in the lounge with DT38 and John Moncur came in and Dad looked at me and he went, "God, that's my hero." And honestly, John Moncur was absolutely brilliant. He took one of the programs on our table and he went round. He went to the other lounge and he got all the ex-players. I've got it. Hang on 2 seconds. Mike, just ramble from it.
Yeah, don't worry. Well, I normally ramble anyway. Yeah. No, John Moncur, another one. Him and Ian Bishop, they were a favourite pair of mine in the middle of the park. Him and Bishop. I mean, they just, you know, they were fantastic because they're both good footballers. It's just spin around with a ball and knock it off, but they both got stuck in as well. They could both put a foot in. And
that's what we sort of like, especially back then, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. They were heroes of mine, both of them.
Yeah. So this was the Southampton game, and John Moncur just went, and he came back 15 minutes later. I mean, we tried to work out what some of these signatures were, but you know, he went round and he got all of them to sign at front of it, and he came back 15 minutes later and went, "There you go, mate." And you know, brilliant. And all the players that go in these lounges and they've all got the memories, and they're all top blokes. And yeah, we did have sit right. A couple of things need to go through. Sharky Lawrence, thank you very much indeed for the $20 super sticker. Lawrence. Greatly appreciated, mate. Thank you very much. That is brilliant. That will get me a drink at Leicester away. So yeah, Lawrence, thank you very much indeed. But let's take some more of your comments then and see what you guys are saying. 10K just around the corner, 6K coming soon. Well, we're on 5,028 now. So yeah, we are firing through them. That is for sure. And yeah, a huge thank you to that. Miss Samurai says, I meant to say your interview technique is fab. Like Mike said, natural talent can see how much research you do. No, thank you very much. And as well with the vlogs that, you know, I've tried to increase the quality of the vlogs this season as well, especially in the sort of second half after the World Cup. Tried to add, you know, additional aspects to it, and we've had a great season. You know, West Ham haven't had a great season, but the channel's had a great season. We've had some we've had some brilliant highlights. You know, we had the Football Content Awards a couple of days up in Manchester in November. That was an amazing 2 days. You know, me, Mum and Dad were up there with Terry, and we had one hell of a night. Mum and Dad went to bed quite early. Me and Terry went out, and we just stayed out until about God knows what time. We had a great night.
And you brought me a bottle back.
I did. Yeah. Heineken sponsored the event. There was about 50 Heineken bottles on the table, and I kept my word. And I bought Mike back a bottle of Heineken. And was it nice, Mike?
Lovely. Yeah.
Good. Glad you enjoyed it. Kent says Seb was like Samson. He cut his hair and lost his power. Joking aside, a real good player who got the club. He did, and he was really good. Ken says Mike is Clyde, best era, Pop Robson, Keith Robson, Alan Taylor, and Co. And of course, you know, Dan from West Ham Fan TV did that brilliant interview with Clyde Best the other day. That was superb, and you know, that's the sort of insight that we like to see from fans, and you know, that's what we try and bring you as a content creating community, you know. And that's what I get Pite on. That would be one. That would be a special. That would be a revealing interview. That would be, wouldn't it?
I think
it could be.
You'd be like, right, Dimitri. First question. First things first. Why'd you do it, man?
What did you F off? What did you do it? Well, you know, you start throwing punches in a minute, mate. Right? I was flipping 6 or 7 years old. I got Dimitri Payet on the back of my 2015-16 farewell bowling shirt, right? And then he left, and then West Ham only gave refunds on the shirts from that season and not the season before. So I've still got Payet on that shirt in my chest of drawers, right? And I can't wear it. It still does fit. I tried it on the other day when I did my farewell bowling video for the 7-year anniversary last week, right? I tried it on. It's daunting. It still just about fits me.
Yeah, I've got a few which don't fit anymore.
West Ham Clips is there on the air. Craig in a few years, I think. What I would do to interview Craig Dawson. Oh my God. What I would do to interview Craig Dawson. Somebody, I will pay you a lot of money to make that happen. Honestly.
A good reason to bring back the Ballon Dawson thing up.
Oh, I still got it. Oh, I have. Of course I have. It never goes away, does it? It never goes away. There he is. There he is. And he's striving at Wolves as well, and that's what we like to see.
I'm glad that the fans have taken to him up there. I've got mates who's Wolves fans, and I've said to him, he's a great guy. He'll do a good job for you. You know, he will score the odd goal from the corner. He is a threat, and he gives everything he's got. You know, he gives you absolutely everything he's got. So I'm glad they took to him up there, and he's doing well. You know, players like that, if they come back, they'll always get my applause.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
Most definitely. Because if they leave in the right manner, then when they come back, they get the right reception.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
Frema says, Jake, you should get a prize just for enjoying that Spurs fan that keeps gobbing off after each player. No, I love Sean. He's brilliant. We have debates, especially about the handball law, every single week on the Premier Roundup show. He's on some family holiday somewhere this week, so there will be no Premier League Roundup show. I think he's just chickened out because they're a lot of still in 7th and they lost.
Yeah.
Sean's great.
Lad on and then that'd be great.
Oh no, I forgot. Oh, flipping hell.
You missed an opportunity there, Jake, haven't you? Oh, that'd be fun.
Josh would have loved it.
He would,
I forgot about that.
He could wind him up, couldn't he?
I forgot about that. Dawson, would like to see him being interviewed on a chat. That would be it. That would be the epitome of everything. The pinnacle. That would be it. Interviewing Craig Dawson. That will happen one day. I've emailed his agent like I have every other West Ham player in existence, but I didn't get a reply.
Give it a few years when he retires.
Exactly. Spurs could be in the Conference League next season, and Sean would love that, wouldn't he? Sean would love that.
Poor Sean. If they get in that, Sean he'll be livid.
He will be.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to see his face. I hope they finish 7th. And don't forget the driver Terry as well.
Absolute hero, Terry.
Terry's great.
He's a hero. Yeah,
I'll see him 2 weeks today as we take the trip out to Leicester away, and and Terry's been brilliant for the channel. He doesn't come on every now and then, every now and then on the vlogs he'll have his little prediction, but Terry helps us out a lot. He goes to most away games with us. He likes us driving. He's got a nice car, so we go around the place. We go out and down the country, and we have good days out. And of course, Mike, you've had a couple of experiences of Mr. Chauffeur Terry Newsham.
Yeah, he's a great guy. Terry is. Yes, absolute top guy. And we've had a couple of good ones as well. I mean, Derby was a good away trip. Enjoyed that. That was a great night. That was. Yeah. We had the full repertoire of songs and everything. Great little atmosphere in that ground. Enjoyed that trip. We've had one or two where we've struggled a bit, but Manchester getting out of there. Oh dear, Old Trafford. Night. They say it's bad getting out of London Stadium, but getting out of Old Trafford, absolute nightmare.
Yeah, I know it is, isn't it? Right, we are going to start wrapping things up because I've got a few things I need to do before I hit the hay. But Phil, I'm not going to get you straight off of straight on and put you on the spot, but I'm going to take a couple of comments. But after that, I want you to give you your favourite moment on the channel before we wrap things up. So I'm not going to put you directly on the spot because we've got a couple of comments to go through first. So you two just think about that for a second. Spurs could both finish up 8th at the table. They could do. They could finish 7th or 8th. Usual suspect says Billy Bonds lives in the next street to me. Does he? Well, what I'll do is usual suspect. I'll get a couple of my business cards. I'll email I'll email them to you. I'll post them to him, and you can just slip one down his door, knock on his door, and say, "Yeah, I've got a great guy who wants to come and wants to come in."
Does he live in Bournemouth? Does he live in Bournemouth?
I don't know. I'm not too sure.
He did used to live in Bournemouth. I know that.
Yeah,
because I know a guy who delivered to his house.
Oh right. Usual suspect. Well, you live a street away from him. That's brilliant. If you see him, just mention my name. Just mention my name. Right, Phil, have you got a moment?
There's a few.
Ooh, there's a few.
What we got here? Obviously, go back a couple of years when we did that quiz and I won.
Oh, the quiz,
yeah, that was good.
That
ponytail.
Mike, you lost in the first round, didn't you?
Yeah, I wanted to get out. Yeah,
you did.
Pressure was too much.
Yeah,
they didn't have the 1975 Cup final, questions, so I was done when I really.
Phil, any more?
Yeah, there was obviously that one. There was even recently when we was doing that preview outside the ground and when we saw Russ.
Yeah,
that was good. And even when we did the Youth Cup game, Southampton, that was good fun. There are top moments. It's quite a few really. When you've been on for so long, it's hard to pinpoint certain moments really.
Yeah,
they're like the ones which stick out for me.
Yeah, Mike, any moments for you?
Oh, lots, mate, lots. We can go right back to the beginning when I don't know what the hell I was doing, But hey, we've had some great moments, but one that tops a lot is Peach being arrested.
Good old Peach.
Oh dear, I love him. Oh, what a show that
was. I mean, every time Peach came on, I was just creased that with laughter, full stop. But that time was.
It was interesting.
Yeah,
it was interesting. Yeah. And of course, as well, a highlight that's got to be up there is your yogurt you had for breakfast yesterday morning, Mike.
Oh yeah, of course. I nearly forgot that.
Yeah.
I had a full yogurt for breakfast.
Was it nice?
Yeah.
he had
a full English.
Yeah, he had a full yogurt plus a full English, and then we filmed a little show that you saw yesterday morning up on the channel. So yeah, that was good. He lives in Pettswood. Says usual suspect.
Oh yeah.
Where's that to?
That's wasn't it?
Near Alpington.
Yeah, near Alpington. Yeah.
There we go. So if you just see him, walking down the road one day, usual suspect, just give him a little message as a decent young lad on there. I'd like to have a chat with you. Bring back the quiz and ask Franco to do it. Maybe. Oh, he wouldn't.
We do bring back the quiz. You got to bring back the old music that you had for it.
Oh crikey! Do you remember that music back in the day?
That old sort of techno music.
Yeah, I don't know whether I've still got it or not. No, I deleted it.
Oh.
No, I deleted it off of here. But yeah, that was an interesting time, wasn't it? That's for sure. But yeah, there we go. Right, we will leave it there. Yeah, where's Franco the old git? Oh, he's probably in Vegas somewhere getting hammered. I don't know where he is. To be fair, he used to be a maths teacher, so he's helped me with a bit of maths lately. So we've got another maths session tomorrow night before the old exams start. So yeah, no
revision.
All good. It's all good. No, thank you very much indeed, everybody, for watching. As I said, drop a like and subscribe to the channel. There's some great guests on tonight. It's been a while since we've done quite a long sort of show like this, and yeah, great to talk to Joe Seeley a little bit earlier on about his book coming out and all things West Ham and favourite moments on this show. And I can guarantee you, next year we'll be back bigger and better. I'm going to be out of school next year, hopefully in college doing media, more opportunities. We're going to get bigger and better. And yeah, so just watch out next season. I know we always say it, but we will be back and we will be better, bigger. Well, I might be, Mike won't be, but we'll see. No, Mike, especially you. Thank you very much, mate. Phil as well. Thank you very much.
No, thank you, mate. Enjoyed every minute of it. It's a pleasure.
And there is only one thing left to say.
Come on.
Come on, your irons. We'll see you soon right here on West. If you're tuning in tomorrow morning, early doors for the Monday morning chat, talking a little bit about yesterday. Well, yesterday it will be the Brentford game tomorrow, and a few other West Ham sort of news bits going about. So that's coming very soon tomorrow. So check that, hit the notification bell so you get pinged at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning if you really want to, and watch me as you're waking up. But come on, your eyes, we'll see you soon right here on West Ham Official. Thank you very much. I'm going to go and get a drink. See you soon. Bye bye.
Nice water, mate.
Cheers, Mike. Cheers, Phil.